Jeb Bush taking the long run, saying his campaign is in it for the long term, saying New Hampshire has now officially reset the button in this race.
The pundits had it all figured out last Monday night when the Iowa caucuses were complete. They said that the race was now a three-person race between two freshman senators and a reality TV star. And while the reality TV star is still doing well, it looks like you all have reset the race, and for that I am really grateful.
That from last night. This morning, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, member of the Senate Armed Services Committee, and a Jeb Bush supporter. Senator, thank you for your time. I want to get right to it. Where do you think Jeb Bush's campaign is now after what seems to be a fourth-place finish based on what we're seeing?
Alive and well and going to grow in South Carolina. South Carolina's Bush country. He's going to do very well here, and New Hampshire helped a lot.
Let's tick it off one by one. Governor Kasich. Apparently a memo went out last night from the Bush team, and this is what it said about Governor Kasich. No chance in South Carolina, has no national organization to compete. I don't think you would disagree with that, but Kasich's going to come hard. How do these two men contrast now together?
I like John Kasich. Jeb Bush is a better fit for South Carolina. Our state legislature, our governor turned down Obamacare and Medicaid expansion, I think rightly so. Jeb has been steadfast in wanting to grow the military. John has been more of a budget cutter. I like John Kasich. He's a good governor. Jeb Bush will play very well in my state. 41 and 43 did really well here. The Bush name is golden in South Carolina. Jeb is the most tested guy in this race, ready to be commander-in-chief. 8 hurricanes and 4 tropical storms in 18 months is a pretty good crisis management.
Back on the memo, Senator Rubio now. This is what the Bush team is saying about Marco Rubio. He's lost momentum. He's been exposed as completely unprepared to be president. You heard what Senator Rubio said last night. He said he blew it in the debate. He'll get another shot this Saturday when they get back together for the next debate. Rubio and Bush, do they cancel one another out now?
Well, I think they dip from the same well, and here's what I'd say about Marco. He's my friend. He's very smart. He's very talented. I wasn't ready to be president at 44, but I like him a lot. Between Marco Rubio and Jeb Bush, Jeb is best prepared, in my view, to be commander-in-chief on day one. I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan 36 times. I've 33 years in the Air Force. I feel very comfortable with Jeb being commander-in-chief. He has been tested. He has been a crisis manager. At the end of the day, I think he's got the judgment, background, and experience better than Marco. But having said that, Marco is better than Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. So people in South Carolina are going to look to somebody they think is the most conservative and electable. And Jeb Bush has got one hell of a resume when it comes to bringing people together and doing big and hard things.
This is also what the memo said about Donald Trump. I'm reading now, Senator. Jeb also did well because he remains the only Republican candidate willing to take on Donald Trump and willing to stand up for conservative values. I do believe Ted Cruz would take exception to both those points, Senator.
Well, I can tell you this. Donald Trump did well in New Hampshire. He is an absolute disaster for the Republican Party. He is not a tried-and-true Republican. His judgment is horrible on foreign policy. His background and experience is ill-suited, along with his temperament, to be President of the United States. To the people of South Carolina, we're in a war that we cannot afford to lose. Donald Trump is unfit, in my view, to be commander-in-chief. The last thing, it may sound good to you to ban all Muslims, but if you want to win this war, you need a president who can put a coalition together in the Mideast within the faith to deal with the radical Islam that's an enemy to the world. 41 and 43 know how to build coalitions, and Jeb Bush does too. This is a referendum on commander-in-chief in my state, and I am confident people are going to take seriously who they vote for in South Carolina in terms of electability and the ability to lead our nation in a time of war, and that is not Donald Trump in my view.
All right, Jeb Bush from CBS earlier this morning. I want to play it, and you react to the following comment. Watch here.
I think the field will winnow down eventually. I'm a patient person. I wish it all happened overnight. That's kind of the obsession of the pundits want that to happen, but it'll happen. And when it does, I'm the one candidate that has taken on Donald Trump, that does not believe he's a conservative.
I expect to hear that message a lot. when he talks about winnowing
where the
the
hell
field,
are the
Senator, you know this game. Who's still standing this weekend?
You know, I don't know. That's a good question. Chris Christie ran a hell of a race. He's a wonderful guy. I don't know what Chris is going to do. But I like the fact that Jeb Bush, you know, I did to the best I could. I ran out of adjectives, is taking on a guy that's destroying the Republican Party. We have a problem with Hispanic voters after 2012. What did we learn? That Hispanics think that our immigration positions is against them more than it is about solving broken borders. And Donald Trump has an 80% disapproval rating with Hispanics with growth potential. Jeb Bush could do very well with the Hispanic voters in this country. He could do very well with the young people. He's a problem-solving person. Donald Trump is a bull in a china shop person. I want to win this election. To the people of South Carolina, if you want to beat Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders, you need to have somebody that can pull together coalitions that can grow the vote for Republicans. Politics is a game of addition, not subtraction, and I've never seen somebody play politics so poorly as Donald Trump in terms of growing the Republican Party.
I'm out of time, but thank you for yours, Senator. Talk to you real soon from Hilton Head today.
Come and visit us.
We'll be there. Thank you, Senator.